Long ago, before roads crossed the land and before cities rose to the sky, there lived a people whose lives were bound to the earth, the sky, and the spirits that watched between. In the heart of their land stood a tree older than memory, older even than the oldest griot's tale. Its trunk rose thick and gnarled, its branches wide as a gathering of arms. They called it the Midnight Baobab, for its fruit ripened only when the moon stood high and the world lay silent. It was said the fruit could feed 1,000 mouths, but the tree was no fool. It tested the hearts of those who sought it. To the humble, it gave life. To the greedy, it gave stone. The rains had not come for many moons. The soil split into scars, the rivers shrunk to dust, and the sky itself seemed to hold its breath. Children grew frail, their laughter fading into weak cries. Mothers sat with empty bowls, their eyes hollow. The men gathered at the council hut, their voices low, their hearts heavy. The chief, gray with age, spoke softly. Our barns are empty. Our goats are lean. Our yam fields are bare. We must endure, but for how long? That night, whispers passed like smoke. The midnight baobab, the tree of legend, the tree of trials. Some said it was only a story. Others swore their grandfathers had tasted its fruit. In the village lived a young woman named Nkiru. Though her belly ached with hunger, she still gave what little she had to the children, breaking her last piece of cassava to share with 3 little ones. Her heart was her strength. But her cousin Oba was of another cloth. His eyes were sharp, restless, his words slick as oil. Why starve while a tree of gold stands yonder? He mocked. If it is true, I will pluck unto my sack bust, and then I will eat and sell until I am king of this land. Nkiru frowned. The elder said the tree judges the heart. It is not ours to own, but to respect. Oba laughed, throwing his head back. Respect does not fill the stomach, cousin. I will take and I will have. That night, with the moon full, Nkiru walked barefoot toward the tree. Each step felt heavy with fear and hope. The forest was alive with whispers, the cry of night birds, the rustle of unseen spirits. At last, she stood before the baobab. Its bark shimmered faintly, and its fruit glowed like lanterns in the dark. She knelt and whispered, "Spirit of the tree, I seek not riches. I seek only life for my people. If you will feed the children, I will take but one." Her hands shook as she plucked a single fruit. Warmth spread through her palms. She bowed and left quickly. At dawn, the village gathered. When they ate the fruit, it was as if the sun itself had entered their bodies. Strength returned to the weak. Children laughed again, and hopes acted like fire. The village rejoiced, but not all were content. Some urged Nkiru to pluck more. They said one fruit cannot save us all. Others warned, the elder said the tree tests the heart. Will you tempt fate? The council debated long into the night. Some wanted to guard the tree, others to cut it down and seize all its fruit. But the oldest elder, with eyes clouded with age, said, "The tree is not ours to command. It gives to the humble and punishes the greedy. Let us not forget Oba's words of ambition, for a man like him would bring doom." But Oba sat silently, his jaw clenched, his mind already plotting. That night, Oba crept from the village, a sack slung over his shoulder. The moon was a silver eye above him. His steps quickened as he approached the glowing baobab. He spat on the ground. "Tree of trials, test me if you will. Tonight I take all you have, and tomorrow I will be greater than kings." He began plucking greedily. 1 fruit, 2, 10, 20. His sack bulged, his arms strained. He laughed into the night, his voice echoing among the branches. But then, the baobab shuddered. Its roots trembled. Its branches groaned like thunder. Oba froze as his fingers stiffened. His skin darkened to gray, his eyes wide in terror. Slowly, painfully, his body turned to stone, the sack still clutched in his hands. When the villagers found him, they wailed in fear. Oba stood rooted to the spot, a statue of greed, his sack of fruit hanging from stone arms. Children wept, women covered their faces, men trembled. "It is cursed," some shouted. "Burn it down," others cried. But the elders stood firm. The baobab is not cursed. It is sacred. It gives life to the humble and death to the greedy. Oba has judged himself. Nkiru stepped forward, tears in her eyes. "I will take no more than what is needed, not for riches, not for power, but for life." And so she plucked one fruit, bowed deeply, and fed the children once more. From that night, Nkiru became the guardian of the Midnight Baobab. She alone approached the tree, taking only what was needed, and always with humility. The children grew strong, the mother sang once more, and the famine slowly loosened its grip. But Oba remained, a stone figure at the tree's roots, his eyes forever frozen in terror, his greed carved into eternity. Travelers who passed the village whispered of him, the man who tried to own life itself and was consumed by it. And so the tale of the Midnight Baobab lives on. It reminds us that hunger tests the body, but greed tests the soul. To take only what is needed is wisdom. To take more than your share is destruction. For the tree is still there, older than memory, older than song. If you walk by it under the moonlight, you may hear the laughter of children on the wind, or the groan of storm, warning you of the cost of greed. Thank you for watching this story on Tales by Ezzy. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video, share it with friends, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And of course, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another captivating folktale. Until next time, keep the stories alive and keep the wisdom close.